Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to take you guys through some pretty decent deals over at Gamesplan, as well as a couple of new Humble bundles. Particularly, might as well look at the monthly, and they do have a Humble Heal COVID-19 bundle, so we'll take a look at that as well. It's $20, and you get a ton of games. Some of them are really, really good, so we'll talk that as well. But first of all, I do want to mention a couple of really solid deals over at Gamesplan, particularly Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, and Phantom Pain, the definitive experience. It is $6.75. That is a really solid pickup for one of my favorite games of the last 5 to 6 years. I know it gets memed on sometimes because of all the controversy that happened, but I really dug the game still. From a gameplay standpoint, I thought the open world was excellent. I thought the gameplay was great. The story, yeah, you gotta listen to some cassette tapes. But my man, just listen to the cassette tapes and it does come together pretty well. I can understand the story could have been better. I could have understand that there could have been, a third part to the game. And I understand that there were some development woes. But the game itself, it's been so many years and it is pretty good. So $6.75 for that, I think, is pretty solid. Speaking of Metal Gear Rising is down to $6.75 as well. This is a game that I also really loved. It's not your typical Metal Gear experience. It's straight up action. It's done by Platinum Games. The guys that did Bayonetta, and if you played Bayonetta, you know that game is off-the-wall straight action. They also did Vanquish, again, another game off-the-wall straight action. Metal Gear Rising is exactly that as well. Story is kind of memes once again, but the music is great. Like, right off the bat, you listen to this Rules of Nature song, and it's like a wild song, and you're fighting this giant mech, and you're just popping off on them, and it's a really, really good time that you don't have to take too seriously, and it is relatively short, so keep that in mind. You can beat it probably in 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours, but those 6 to 7 hours are going to be fun as hell. Lastly, XCOM 2 Collection is also available there, 75% off for $25. This includes a ton of additional content. I usually recommend to pick up XCOM 2 over the collection over the base game, even though it is like double the price of the base game on sale. You're just getting so much more additional stuff. War of the Chosen in particular is what really does extend the game, but you get a bunch of other stuff on top of that. So yeah, pretty good. $25, a little pricey, but still would give it a look. Okay, next up we have the Humble Heal COVID-19 bundle. All proceeds are going towards charity to help out COVID-19, especially in India and Brazil, where it's wild right now there. Particularly, it notes a year after the onset of the global pandemic, we find Brazil and India experiencing two of the world's worst COVID-19 outbreaks to date. To help how we can, we're doing what we do best, putting together bundles of awesome games, books, and software for you to enjoy. When you pick up the Humble Heal COVID-19 bundle, you'll enjoy a variety of content and the knowledge that 100% of your purchase proceeds are going to Direct Relief, Doctors Without Borders, IMC, and Give India. Help save lives with the Humble Heal COVID-19 bundle today. A lot of good stuff in this bundle as well from a game standpoint. You got Undertale in there. That's probably the most notable title from the onset. You've got Into the Breach, This War of Mine Final Cut, BioShock Remastered, Superhot's in there, The Witness, Wargroove, Crusader Kings Complete. Now, a lot of these games were actually free games on EGS, so if you have been taking advantage of those, like, the value of this bundle is a little bit lessened, from the standpoint of spending $20 to get the games, but still some really solid stuff. Hyper Light Drifter's in there as well. That was a game that was an EGS exclusive, if I believe correctly. You also get a lot of ebooks, so that's something to note. You get some software as well. So I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. Again, 100% of the proceeds do go towards the charities. Lastly, I do want to mention the Humble Choice Bundle, which, yeah, I don't really know about this one anymore. I mean, Metro Exodus is in there, which I guess is pretty good, and Darksiders Genesis is solid. Those are the two real standouts of the bundle. You got Hellpoint as well, Cook Serve Delicious 3, Fury Unleashed, Size Matters, Family Man, Vane, Retimed. I mean, yeah, Humble is just what it is, but it is $12 if you do pick it up. I believe if you're a new subscriber. That's the only way these choice bundles are really worth it anymore. If you're on the $12 plan, like, don't be spending, $20 on these bundles. That's just not worth it. And a lot of times with these games, you're just padding out your library. Yeah, pad out your library with free games, but don't be padding out your library with money that you're actually spending, unless they're games you truly want to play. And in the case of the Humble Bundle, the COVID-19 bundle, there's a lot of games you should actually want to play. In the case of this, like, just based on what I know, Metro Exodus is a standout, Darksiders Genesis is a standout, but yeah, maybe you guys will enjoy some of the other games too. I am just not all too familiar with them. Outside of Hellpoint was an interesting little game as well, but yeah, Metro Exodus, Darksiders Genesis, and a bunch of other games. You can get all of them for $12, which from that standpoint, it's pretty good. Like Metro Exodus for $12, Metro Exodus and Darksiders Genesis for $12. If you plan on playing both of those, that's probably a good deal. And then you get a bunch of other games and you can try those out, see which ones do stick with you. But that's going to wrap up this one. Again, check out those deals on Gamesplan. Links in the description box below. The Humble COVID-19 bundle is pretty good. If you drop the $20, you get a ton of stuff. And the Humble Choice bundle, I mean, we're never going to go back to the glory days, but I've seen worse Humble Choice bundles at the very least, I can say that. That's going to wrap up this one. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.